The OnePlus 3T comes just 5 months after the launch of the OnePlus 3. Why so soon? Simple. OnePlus got the newer and more powerful Snapdragon 821 system chip and heard users' complaints about the not so great battery life of the OnePlus 3. And it took the opportunity to improve on these two key aspects of the experience. This is Victor with PhoneArena, bringing you a review of the OnePlus 3T. In terms of design, the OnePlus 3T is the exact same phone as the OnePlus 3. Same form, same thickness, even OnePlus 3 cases fit the 3T perfectly. There is one thing changed in the appearance though, and that is color. The new 3T features a darker gunmetal gray that looks great. The old light silver shade is no longer available. There's also a second soft gold color option, but that one is only available on a 64GB version and is in very limited supply. Like previous OnePlus phones, the 3T features a mute switch. It's an extremely convenient little thing that we've come to appreciate more and more. We wish more phones had it. Along with the launch of the 3T, the company also brings an optional separately purchased new case, an ebony wood option that looks great. This brings it to a total of 6 cases made by OnePlus itself. The 3T features a 5.5-inch Super AMOLED screen with a resolution of 1080 by 1920 pixels. And it looks great. Some might be concerned about sharpness. Yes, it's not as sharp as Quad HD screens, but the difference is very hard to notice in real life. It's a non-issue. In terms of colors, the default setting of the screen is for vivid colors that pop right at you. Whites are a bit on the blue side, and while technically the colors are not very well calibrated, this is what users like in many cases. Luckily, it's not the only option. If you want truly accurate colors, go into Settings, Display, Screen Calibration and select the sRGB option. This is the color standard that's universally accepted across the globe and brings a more balanced look. The OnePlus 3T launches with Android 6.0 Marshmallow with the company's clean Oxygen OS skin on top. When will it get Nougat update? OnePlus has already started beta testing it and the update is expected to arrive by the end of 2016. Now the 3T might be physically identical to the 3, but its interface is much more refined. Here's a quick summary. First, we have the new notification shade that finally features an auto brightness button, which was hidden deep in the settings before. You also have a new lock button option that disables the hardware keys until you re-enable them, great for gaming where accidentally pushing the button may take you out of a game in a heated moment. The shelf now looks better and is more useful with the new card-like interface and animations. There are new weather, battery and storage level widgets that are also nice. The OnePlus 3T is also one of the first phones on the market with the latest Snapdragon 821 system chip. It's impressive how quickly OnePlus was able to pull this out. For example, the Galaxy S7 Edge and LG V20 both run on the older and less capable Snapdragon 820, yet cost a lot more. Now in real life, the 3T feels subjectively smoother than the 3. 3 was already fast, but at times it felt a bit jerky, while the 3T feels smoother, better polished. Of course, you can also see that in benchmarks. The 821 brings a slight improvement. The N22 benchmark reports a 14% performance increase. If you're following recent OnePlus discussions, you've probably heard about the touch latency issue. There's a very slight delay between the moment you touch the phone and the moment it registers the touch, but so much that it's never really a problem. The whole issue is blown way out of proportion, but OnePlus has promised to issue a fix soon for those that are still worried. In terms of storage, you now have a 64GB and 128GB version. There is no microSD card slot, so you can't expand this memory. Most people will be perfectly fine with 64GB, but if you're a power user, you might want to go with the 128GB model. The OnePlus 3T is available in 3 models, one for the US and North American market, one for Europe and another one for China. The difference between these models is in the 4G LTE band support. All models have appropriate LTE band support. OnePlus 3T in the USA, however, does not support the CDMA standard, so it will not work on Verizon Wireless and Sprint. On AT&T and T-Mobile, it will work fine. The main camera on the OnePlus 3T is the same as on the OnePlus 3, a 16MP Sony IMX298 sensor with a small 1.1 micron pixels. Those are the technical details. There is optical image stabilization as well. Now what's important is that the camera starts quickly. You can use the quick launch shortcut by double pressing the lock key or make your own shortcut in the settings. Image quality is very good. The phone is able to get exposure and white balance right most of the time. There is an auto HDR option that we recommend keeping on as it kicks in when the conditions are right and brings more vibrancy and dynamics to the pictures. There is also support for 4K video naturally on the OnePlus 3T and quality is good. The improved image stabilization is good but not on par with leaders in the form of the iPhone, Google Pixel and a few others. Our focus is very quick to switch when needed, but sometimes it hunts around a bit, something that does not happen on the iPhone for instance. The big change is in the front camera. It's a 16 megapixel, while the OnePlus 3 had an 8 megapixel camera. Both are fixed focus cameras with face recognition, but face detection works slightly better on the 3T. Now, the biggest change is that the OnePlus 3T blurs the background slightly better with its front camera. It's a nice effect. Does the improved resolution mean better sharpness though? Now this is not so sure. In many of the pictures we saw a little bit of shake and they turned out actually a little bit blurrier than on the OnePlus 3. What about battery life? The OnePlus 3T features a battery of the same physical size as the OnePlus 3 but magically of bigger capacity. How is this possible? OnePlus did this by increasing the voltage and the end result is a capacity increase to 3400 mAh, while the OnePlus 3 had a 3000 mAh battery. In real life we average 6 hours and a half of on-screen time and the phone lasts around a day and a half. The OnePlus 3 usually gets us 5 hours and a half of on-screen time, so we notice more than 10% of improvement, a considerable boost for many people. And then you also have dash charge. It's a quick charging mechanism that ensures your battery charges faster than most other phones. Going from 0 to 100% takes just 1 hour and 25 minutes on the OnePlus 3T, but even a few minutes of charge bring a substantial increase in battery capacity. The OnePlus 3T does not change much in the already excellent formula that is the OnePlus 3. It brings a slight improvement in performance, some nice polish to the interface that we appreciate, but best of all it has a battery that lasts longer. The new color option is also nice. Does that justify a $40 price hike? This is a tough question. The 3T is not as good of a value as the 3, but it's still one of the best value for money phones around, and it's a dual SIM phone, an extra feature that is hard to find in mainstream flagships. What are your alternatives? For around the same price you can get the Honor 8, which has better battery life, a 5.2-inch form factor, but its interface lacks polish and the phone lacks 4K video resolution. Other phones with OnePlus 3T grade of hardware polish are the flagships. The Google Pixel XL has a slightly better camera, battery life and slightly smoother running interface, but also nearly double the price. At the end of the day, the OnePlus 3T is, well, great. It's fast, it looks good and it costs little. Now, if only OnePlus could make enough of them so you don't have to wait 4 weeks or so until it ships.